Hey, what's up? This should be just a practice, so if you're actually in here, you shouldn't actually be in here, but if you are, cool. I have it on practice mode, I thought. I'm trying to figure out if my phone will even do a live video in my shop, because I get kind of shitty reception out here. So y'all just give me a second, I'm trying to get things set up. Alright, I guess it's working. I guess we got service. I'm working on this little EDC right here. I don't know what I call these yet. I just glued it up yesterday. You can a better way to do these lives. It's eventually want to get a when I get a big enough shop, I buy a home and all that, I want to have my PC out here, and I'm going to have cameras in my shop to where I'll be able to go live on Twitch every day. Customer wanted LSU themed scales. I think I hit it on the button. I don't know if that zooms in or not for me. I didn't want to do that. Good thing I just taped it up. But yeah, I'm trying to do like LSU theme scales. Hey, what's up, man? This dog here is afraid of everything. I don't know if y'all can even see her. Y'all see Maggie? Yeah, you did. Found her in the ditch one day. Like literally in the ditch out there by the road. Because it was the only bit of moisture. It was in the middle of summer. She had blisters all over her nose. She's a really fair-skinned dog. You know, she was dehydrated bad. She was about to die. And gave her some water. She's never really left since. I had a 2-year-old daughter at the time, so my main worry was bringing this new dog around my daughter. I mean, I couldn't even let my daughter outside and play and run around freely. I didn't know what the dog would do. So I remember looking at her, Maggie, and telling her, you know, you don't fuck with my daughter. If you do, I'll kill you. But if you don't, I'll give you a good home. And funny enough, she ended up being the dog that my daughter took a liking to the most. We're live, honey, just so you know, on Instagram. Yeah. So that's the dog that my daughter ended up taking a liking to the most. So, funny enough. Y'all know my wife, Fun with Courtney, or Fun with Coco. What's your name on Instagram?
Fun with Court.
Fun with Court on Instagram. So yeah. Fucking profile this. I'll shake all this up.
It's gonna look pretty. Will that grind you think
Hell yeah. I mean, I gotta angle this down, guys, so y'all can see my grinder. I think you can see it right there. Yeah, y'all can see it fine. First step.
Glasses. First step. One. The brighter the better. Alright guys, gonna be a little loud.
Now I went over to my little disc sander and I flattened these sides. Both of the sides are flattened at 90 degree. That way when I know I lay it flat on this table, I also check this table and this small wheel with a 1, 2, 3 block. You don't have it, get it. You need them. And then that's how I know I'm at a 90 degree angle right here too. I did the same thing over there on my disc sander. Both of them 90 degrees, so now I'm going around this edge here and I'm getting that 90 degree all the way around the blade. I was trying to get. I gotta come over here like this to check if there's any questions or anything like that. Nope, no questions, no nothing like that. Alright, no worries. But look, like I said, if you just joined in, I was just trying to get this 90-degree profile around my blade. I do that real quick by checking my small wheel and my flat table here with a 1, 2, 3 block, and make sure that's at a 90 degree. Prior to doing that, I flatten each side on my disc sander over there. That's how I get a flat surface, and then I grind, and then I get 90 degrees here. Alright, now I'm going to change the belt out. Personally, when I change belts, I just find it easier to stand it back up like this. I use the Ameribraid system. I'm going to be making a video soon enough about everything I like and dislike about Ameribraid. I've never had any other grinder 2x72, so I'm not one to really say it's better or worse than any other ones. Now, I have used some other ones. I've used Wilmots and Broadbacks. Boom, boom. I don't even tighten this bolt down here for to tilt it horizontal and vertical. I don't know. Maybe I should. Flip it. Bada boom. But yeah, y'all feel free to ask me anything. You want to get to know anything, what's that? I'm pretty new in the knife community. I also know when I'm grinding is not the best time to probably be live, because you can't ask me shit. Trust me, I understand that and I realize that while I'm grinding. I just gotta step over here and check my phone. But I'm gonna get a better system next time. I'm gonna turn my phone around so I can see comments and who joined, and I won't have to step over like that. This was supposed to be practice. They had an option. It said, do you want to go practice mode or regular mode? And I went practice mode. So this was supposed to be practice just to see if I could get connection and all that. But I guess it's not practice. I guess I really went live. So here I am. But yeah, I realize it's shitty while I'm running the grinder. Y'all can't really say shit, and
Alright.
I gotta do what I gotta do, you know? And the algorithm likes you going live.
So here we are.
I run the ceramic belts at a high speed. These finer grip belts at a lower speed. I'm live with my phone. Alright, okay, so got that step done. I got the 90 degree all the way around the blade, just glued it up yesterday. So 90 degree is done. And again, how I got that was with a 1-2-3 block, making sure that this is square at a 90 degree. By first getting these sides flat, I did that over on my disc sander, again with the 1-2-3 block, making sure it's 90 degrees. So I know everything here is squared up in 90 degrees like you want it. Now y'all come on over. That's gonna suck. That means I'm gonna have to figure out a better way for internet service. This fan also might be picking up a lot of bullshit. I gotta figure out a better way to get, because I want y'all to be able to sit over here with me, because I'm about to get up on here, get up on all this, you know? And y'all gonna want to be close, y'all gonna want to be seeing what I got going on. Check out these little neck ones I've been making. These are my little like giveaway knives. This one, this dude's like a hunter. He likes to hunt a lot. Little neck, it's gonna be a little. I'm gonna put a hole in it with a little lanyard, you know. Quick little skin knife. This dude's like a military dude, so he's gonna be able to like jab someone. Or, of course, you wouldn't do that with any of my tools. You would probably use this to like put a hole in a piece of wood or something, right? And then this design right here. Kind of a in between them all. Good stuff, I know. Then I'm also working on this. This is like one of those Alaskan knives or whatever, ulu or whatever they call them. It's gonna be handled right here. It's gonna be like this, slice them and dice them. But I got birds in my forge right now. If you guys have paid attention to any of my shit, you already know that. So I'm waiting to heat treat this. I'm waiting on them birds to get the fuck out. But I need to figure out how I can get that camera right here with good internet. I'm gonna try and move y'all again, okay? Bear with me. We probably gonna go out. We probably gonna go out for a second, okay? Just bear with me here. Deal. Hey, look, we're back, and if I can tilt that like that, that just might work. I think we might make this work, gents. All right, boom. Let's get it done. All right. I got this knife vise from the TR Maker. In all honesty, it's a good vise. It's a decent vise, and the reason I got it over other ones, but at this point, just to say, I wish I would have went with maybe the competitor, just because I want to stay with an American company, and I hate myself that I didn't do that. And I got a lot of other stuff, but whatever. But I got this one because I have this package down here. I haven't even been opened. It's been here for months. I bought it months ago because for hidden tanks and all that, I got these screws here and these long bolts. It's going to be able to like hold it and press it tight against the guard and do all that with this system that I don't think the competitors had that available at the time. So that's why I went ahead with this one. But this is my favorite part, is shaping down the handles. Like, I love this part. It's, I don't know, something about it. Usually, if I'm using my phone to record this right now, but usually I would have some good music on, or a podcast or something like that, and getting down. But right now I'm hanging out with y'all. So I'm gonna go through real quick. You know, you use something stiff on the back of your sandpaper. Obviously, you know all the knife makers in here know that. In case there's not a knife maker, you might not know that. But we do that so you don't flush out all your angles. You can keep nice sharp angles. You can keep your sandpaper flat. So I'm just gonna hit up this side real quick because it got good and dirty on my table. And at this point, really, with this knife is I gotta decide how much detail I want to put into this handle. Do I want to take it and do some faucets with it and create some angles in the knife with some edges? You don't see a lot of people doing it just because it's a lot harder. It takes a lot more time. Or I could just throw it on the 1x42 or the 2x72 with the J-Flex belt and just round everything off real quick with the scalpel J-Flex. Like, that takes literally 30 minutes compared to 3 days if you decide to add faucets in your handle. And I just personally I always admire the people that can add those faucets and do those sharp angles in their handle. And to me personally, I think that's what separates a lot of people's knives. It is that handle. I went down, I was fortunate enough, I got to go down and learn from the master himself. Y'all will know when you see the knife. Here's a knife I created whenever I did it. But two things I really wanted from that class, and two things I didn't get, was how do you really sharpen a blade? That wasn't a thing at all. We really just hit it on the 2x72 super quick. It's still not that sharp, but you don't need a chopper that sharp. So, and two is I wanted to learn the deep angles and all that into the handles and stuff, which it takes a little bit more time to teach that stuff. Eventually I'll be able to get into a class to where somebody details that a little bit more specifically, you know, how they, you know, lay out their lines and all. Y'all know, I could mention some makers, but y'all know who I'm talking about, who has just incredible handles. And you can take something as simple as, you know, an EDC knife. You could build 3 of them, and one that you decide to add some faucets into the handle is going to just take a lot more time, a lot more effort, a lot more work. You know, it's a lot harder. But this is going to a elderly customer. They're buying it for a present for their significant other, their friend, and their friend's a LSU fan, obviously. So, I don't wear a respirator whenever I hand sand. I probably should, but I have a fan going underneath of the camera that's blowing out that door. I have this little fan right here that's kind of blowing air circulation this way. And then I have this little fan over here. Y'all probably can't see it, which is just like a squirrel nest air mover that just blows everything out that way with the window over there and a big door there. And it's only 16 feet long, my little knife shed. I got a 16 by 10. That's where I do all my magic. 16 by 10. In all honesty, like, it's perfect. Well, it's not perfect. Now, obviously, one day, like, I want to have a mill and, you know, some bigger equipment that I'll need some more space. But the worst thing about my whole setup is I run it all off an extension cord, and that kills me. Like, especially running my 2x72 or anything like that, it just blows the breaker. And if I run it on full or anything, and then I got a generator that I was planning to hook up and run, like, you know, when I wanted to run a bigger piece of equipment, like one of my sanders. But my generator has GFI breakers on it, And if you got a variable speed VFD, you can't plug it into a GFI breaker, which I didn't know, and it really sucked when I found out. But what can you do, you know? So in the future, if you're planning on running like a 2x72 or something like that on a generator, because you have like a shed like I do, be known that if the generator has GFI breakers, which they most likely will, which is it's the breakers that you have in your kitchen, the ones that you can hit the little button in the middle and reset, it's due to moisture and water and shit like that, I think. And so yeah, man, don't do what I did. So grinding this down, getting it flat. What do y'all like to do? Do y'all like to put faucets in your handle, or do you like to just smooth them out? My sander's just a piece of metal. I think it was 5160, and then a thicker piece of leather. What y'all hear when the wind blows, I have a piece of flashing that goes, I have a lean-to that comes off of this little shed, and I have some flashing, a little, you know, piece of metal laying over that gap so rain don't get in it. Well, I never screwed the one side down as I probably should have, and when the wind blows, it just creates the fucking worst noise. Alright. Right now I'm just trying to square everything up, because once I get it squared up and even and measured up, then that's when I can start laying out some lines or rounding things out. Even if I round things off, I still like to lay out some lines. Lately what I've been doing is fauceting just up here on this edge here, and then underneath on the belly of the handle I've been rounding all this off. It feels pretty good. It works well. Gives a little bit of both worlds. It's kind of shitty if I'm live on Instagram. I can't have no music or anything like that. Because I'm using my phone to be live. Dirt. Man, as a maker, I was listening to the radio podcast the other day, and some makers were talking about when is it good enough? You know, as a maker, we see every single flaw in our work, and that line between shooting for excellence, you know, I have an issue with that, because, you know, I want to be as good as, you know, the best, so I'm constantly comparing it to them, and obviously I constantly fall short, so I'm constantly not thinking my work is good enough or good. And I got a lot of knives that, I don't even post up for sale, or, just because it's really hard, to find that line of what's good enough and what's perfect. I don't know if any of y'all struggle with it, but that's probably the biggest struggle for me personally, because I've yet to produce the perfect knife. Like every knife I've made, I've been so eager to make the next knife because there's something like I know I can do better, and thank God I've been able to kind of pull back on the reins and not just like put that knife to the side and move on to the next one. Because if I would have done that in the beginning, I wouldn't be nearly as far along as I am now. And I'm glad I finished each one out knowing that, that mistake is there and I can make better. But a lot of it for me has to do with the scales and things like that, because I make all my own scales, even the segmented stuff. I don't know if y'all can see this tray here. It's just lots of Jeep tin and all kinds of stuff. Here's some scales I made, just getting ready to go. I could buy this from somebody, but I always felt like I could figure out how to do it myself. And there was a big learning curve with that, to get them lined up right and even, and then getting them even on the knife right. These little spacers right here, they like to float up, to make sure they stay down. I don't know. That's where a lot of the flaws that I see in my knives come from, is my lacking of ability in the scales. Like the title says, y'all, feel free to ask me. It might take me a minute to get to the question you asked me, because I have to poke around the side of the phone to see if anyone's asking anything. Like I've said a couple times this live, I said it had an option if I could practice going live or really go live, and I was like, well, let me practice this time, because I don't even know if I was going to get good reception out here. And so I thought I was practicing, but I guess I'm not. There's a little metal sticking up just a hair higher than the scales through here. Trying to work that down. That tends to happen on the belt sander just because the metal doesn't grind as fast as obviously the wood and epoxy. So you end up getting a little bit more metal sticking out. Probably hit the Dremel a little faster. The Dremel ends up putting all these little waves in it. You know what I'm talking about, these waves. If you had to guess how many pieces of sandpaper you went through as a knife maker, what do you think it would be? 5,000? 10,000? Hundreds of thousands? Millions. You know, these knife vices, they ain't cheap for sure. Took me a long time to get one. These sure are handy. Everything's convenient for shit. Alright. 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 That's good enough for now. Alright. Alright, now that I got it all squared up good and flat and this, that, and the other, I like to take this dude and usually I'll mark around